The fourth generation Skoda Fabia has landed in Australia and it has taken a bold step up market. Once a character-filled and affordable little European runabout, the latest version is only available in a solitary specification known as the Monte Carlo. Has the strategy paid off? Let's find out. This is a bold play from Czech car maker Skoda. The Fabia, once widely known as a $20,000 city car fitted with a manual transmission, moves to the solitary, automatic-equipped Monte Carlo grade for 2022. And in small car terms, it ain't cheap. Priced at $37,990 drive away and $8,500 premium on the predecessor flagship. Indeed, the Monte Carlo takes on a more premium look than before, with LED headlights, tail lights and daytime running lights, 18-inch alloy wheels and gloss black highlights. The brief here was to make the Fabia more mature than before, both in design terms and on the road. Those changes have coincided with an increase in overall proportions, with the Fabia now measuring 4.1 metres long and nearly 1.8 metres wide. Under the bonnet resides a familiar 1.5 litre turbo-petrol 4-cylinder engine that drives the front wheels and is claimed to consume just 4.9 litres per 100 k's. The engine is matched to a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission and requires minimum 95 RON premium unleaded. Well, talk about a room with a view. Nowhere is the move up market in the new Fabia more present than inside the cabin. Lush materials, great presentation and quality, and it does all that while still feeling fun, funky and a little bit retro, with the red accenting, the contrasting stitching and the colours through the seats. It's a really nice space to be and it's easy to use as well. About the only thing that sort of strikes me as missing is a volume knob. The Fabia goes against the grain of other like-minded Volkswagen products by still offering traditional switchgear dials and buttons in the dashboard centre fascia. We reckon it's a major draw card for practicality and ease of use. Those elements combine with a slick new digital instrument cluster and a 9.2-inch centre touchscreen display that is a cinch to navigate, be it in native menus or when mirroring a smartphone. Safety is likewise well covered, with every box ticked as standard. In the rear seat, a 10cm longer wheelbase liberates more passenger space than before, and the area is facilitated by rear air vents and separate power outlets. Now, even with this newfound focus on design, form truly does follow function in the Skoda Fabia, and I reckon there's probably no better demonstration than that than the boot area. 380 litres, it's a little bit bigger than before, and it is just loaded with nifty little touches. There's more nets here than a fishing trawler. The base itself, you can have rubber matting, you can flip it over, you can have fabric matting. There's a steel spare wheel underneath and clever touches as well. These luggage hooks which come off the back of the top tether points. Even this movable compartment, you're able to fit big round objects in there. Small little touches that really do enhance everyday practicality. Okay, so much of this fourth generation Skoda Fabia is about incremental improvement, and behind the wheel, it really does read that way with the way it drives. This is no big wholesale departure from Fabias of old. Yes, it's a little bit bigger, it rides on a bigger footprint and feels a tad more mature, but it still feels like a Fabia at the same time. Whether it lives up to the $38,000 drive-away price tag can kind of be argued, but for me, light, well-weighted controls, decent insulation from road noise and engine noise, probably not quite as quiet and refined as I would have anticipated, but a really sensible, sporty premise to the way that this thing goes about its business. It's quite impressive. The other striking feature is efficiency. Now, they claim 4.9 litres per 100 k's. I'm currently on, you could probably call it a bit of an efficiency run. I've got the climate control and everything going, but I've been doing a lot of 70, 80 kilometre kind of driving dual carriageway with the occasional traffic light. So the car is inherently kind of coasting along, average speed of 51 k's an hour, but I've been driving for 45 minutes and my fuel consumption average is 3.4 litres per 100 k's combined, which is really quite remarkable for real world efficiency. The Volkswagen Group's familiar 1.5 litre turbo-petrol four-cylinder is central to the Fabia's broad performance envelope. It belies its small outputs by reaching peak torque from just 1500 RPM and will readily explore the upper reaches of the dial when required. Beyond some initial hesitation, the 7-speed dual-clutch automatic also provides smooth and seamless progress. In terms of its day-to-day characteristics, I'd say the Fabia Monte Carlo is maybe a tad more mature than Fabias of old. It rides on a bigger wheelbase, so for that reason, just bumps and things like that, it's able to spread energy across a larger chassis, larger footprint, which means it's not quite as jiggly, not quite as reactive to bumps on the road. As I said before, there is a little bit of road noise filtering through the cabin. That is ever present, probably not what you'd expect for the loftier positioning of this car. And there's the occasional thud in the rear over bumps, but all in all, recovers pretty quickly from undulations and it feels sure-footed and composed. It's a vehicle that I reckon you're going to feel right at home in inner city driving, but if you decided to do a Sydney to Melbourne trip in this car, it's not going to be out of place doing that either. In terms of the more detailed driving impressions, this is our first taste of the car. We're going to do more detailed impressions later on, but we've driven it on mixed surfaces at different speeds. We've thrown it into a few faster corners and it really does execute itself quite commendably. The Fabia cements its more mature positioning with strong warranty and after-sales credentials, plus convenient servicing packages available at the point of purchase. To simply look at the sticker price of the Skoda Fabia Monte Carlo is really doing it a massive disservice, because in every tangible way, this sets a new benchmark for the Skoda Fabia badge. It's fun, it's funky, and it also arrives in a shrinking segment. So the fact that it is so full of character is really a welcome move.